Good afternoon, everybody. Now I have to see if I can make magic happen. One moment as I figure out crazy technology things that occasionally make me do crazy things. Hold on. Okay, Tuesday's tips. It's a little bit crazy and a little bit fun. And we're going to talk about our head trash. You know that stuff that we all have. We all have it in some form or another. Those things that we tell ourselves that is that little voice that I can't do something, or I'm not good at that, or I don't know enough, or I don't have enough, or I don't look good enough, or I'm not enough. Those little things that are in our head and in our brain that stop us from taking those steps towards success, that take us off track because, ooh, what if somebody doesn't like it? Ooh, what if I make a mistake? Or one of those scary things in business. But as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, we have to reframe what we think about and how we think about it. It could be part of your limiting beliefs, is another thing that it's called sometimes. Since you were a child, you were horrible at math and you were no good in math. And so you have this mindset. And I have clients that have this struggle that math has never been easy for them. So they avoid it like the plague. So maybe they're not keeping their records as well as they should. Or for some, maybe they don't have an accounting system. And so they're not able to operate their business and actually understand what's happening financially. Or could be like a lot of us struggle with being on camera because we don't look the right way. Our hair isn't done right, our makeup isn't professional, or we have a weird background, or my closet doors are in the picture. How could I possibly be professional? You can see that I work out of my house and I have a closet. Okay, probably at least half of us that are working from home, actually probably more, work in a room with a closet. It's not a big deal. We are who we are, and in a virtual world, we got to be on camera. But it's limiting beliefs like this, or you have an amazing idea. You have a new passion project. You know exactly what you want to do, and you share it with a friend, or you share it with a family member, and they crush that hope. They say, well, you can't do that because of XYZ. You can't do this because of whatever. When I was very first starting my business, I went to a meeting with a national HR company. They serve a very different market than I do. We have a little bit of overlap, but not much. They're a huge, all-encompassing they've got all the bells and whistles and shiny things and have offices all over the US. Not where my passion is, not where my mission is, but I knew that I would be encountering people that they might be the right fit for. I went to meet with the managing partner, and the beginning of our meeting was 20 minutes of why I would not be successful, why I would not succeed in my business. He's been in the business for a very long time. It was a very great reputation of the business, great reputation of the person I was talking to. And I walked out of that meeting crushed. I'm like, "Oh, but I've been putting my blood, sweat, and tears into this, and you're telling me I'm not going to be successful?" For me, that turned into the, well, watch me do it. And I'm 2 years later now coming into, yes, I am successful. Yes, I can do it. And I do it in my way. I do it unique to me. Here's another of the head trashes that can mess with you. I've never made a secret. Marketing is my Achilles heel. It is something that I will always find challenging. There might be a time or two where I might say I even hate it because I have head trash that is from back in my first job out of college. Oh, wait, I have my own business. I don't have a choice but to market my business. And there are still times where I get derailed because I get stuck in my head that what I'm doing is not having an impact. Why would I do that? Why should I do that? It's not going to be good enough. It's not going to be this. It's not going to be that because I'm not spending thousands of dollars or I don't have thousands of followers and I don't have all of these things. But I do have a successful business. I do create solutions to work around the things that are like, yeah, I'm not Slim Shady and I'm not doing business that way. So, your head trash is some people say it's a negative mindset. Sometimes it's limiting beliefs. You can call it what you want. It has a billion different names, but it all boils down to the stuff that you say to yourself that derails you from your goals. The stuff that's in there that gives that self doubt that, oh, this is awful feeling. And so you don't take that next step. I just got a message from a client. She is really successful. She's amazing at what she does. She struggles at goal setting. She struggles at putting KPIs, those key performance indicators, to attach to her goals, and then what those action steps should look like. And she sent me a message just today saying, okay, I know we're supposed to be talking about my goals tomorrow. I know that but this is where I always struggle. This is where I peter out, and this is where I get stuck. It's like, okay, do what you can, and then we'll fix this together. We'll get over this limiting belief about key performance indicators and strategy and action together to make it happen in your business. So, I want to share with you 4 things that you can do when you have head trash stuck in your head to get beyond it and to make things happen in your business, even when that little doubt starts to creep in. So, first off, recognize it for what it is. Recognize that just because you have that little voice, it isn't cut in stone that that's the only way it is. It isn't because marketing is challenging for me. It doesn't mean I'm bad at marketing. If you ask a lot of people, they think I'm really good at it. But if I let that self doubt that's always been a challenge for me creep up, I start to struggle again and I start to get off the rails and I'm not as consistent as I should be. So recognize it for that limiting belief and remember that Henry Ford quote: whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are right. So that limiting belief, if it tells you you can't and you reframe it to, I can do this, I am good at this, I am good at running my business, then you will find ways to make that happen. And that's number 2 is reframe how you look at it. For example, I'm horrible at math. Not me personally, but I'm horrible at math, so I can't do bookkeeping in my business. Okay. Or I hate marketing or whatever it might be. So let's reframe it. And I have a mentor who I've taken a ton of her classes. I've had coaching and all of those things. And one of the best phrases that I've taken away from her, and I use it often, I'm a student of. I'm a student of marketing. I'm a student of bookkeeping. I'm learning how to do it better. I just was in the Content That Converts workshop earlier this morning, and it's the I am beliefs that switched from negative to positive. I am able to learn how to keep the books for my business. I am able to learn how to launch a new product. I am able to do these things. I am good at other things. And the good, positive reframing of those negatives lets you see possibilities before where you saw obstacles. So it's really important that you remember, if you reframe those negatives to create a positive, the possibilities happen. Okay, I've mentioned a couple times just in this video, connect with mentors, connect with experts, connect with other professionals in your industry. Learn the best tips, tricks, and fun ways to do business. Are they all going to be the right solutions for you? Absolutely not. You need to do business the way that makes sense for you. So, just because someone says, well, you have to do it this way, you do not have to do it that way. Here to tell you, you have permission to do business the way that makes sense for your business, but you need to run it like a business. So seek out experts, seek out professionals that you relate with in areas that are your Achilles heel, whatever that might be. I've connected with a ton of marketing professionals because I know that's my Achilles heel in my business. What's yours? Drop in the comments. What is your Achilles heel in business? So once you've connected with others and you have learned different possibilities, again, you don't have to do them all and you shouldn't do them all because they don't all make sense for your business. Evaluate those solutions. Is there a better software? I just had a client who launched her business with one software to manage her business because that's was a highly rated one for her industry, but she hated it. It was so hard for her to use. It didn't visually make sense to her. It was clunky, so she didn't use it right. And she didn't like it. And so she was doing a ton of other things in other places. She found a group of professionals that said, "Hey, this software works way better. Even though it's not industry specific, it does work great for our industry." And she actually just sent me a YouTube video of someone who is doing what she does and says, "Here's how to use this software and it makes sense." And she's like, "This is what we need." So evaluate, is there software out there to make it easier? Also, just FYI, if bookkeeping is one of those things, there's a ton of solutions to make it simpler. Marketing, any of them, there's software that does a ton of the work for you. Here's another piece. Can you hire someone? Can you hire someone to do it for you? I often say this for a lot of my clients, especially if bookkeeping is one of those Achilles heels for them. If you can pay a bookkeeper a minimal fee every month, it takes them a tenth of the time it takes you, and it frees up your time to do other things in your business. Doesn't it make sense to do that? There are times in my business where I will hire marketing professionals to do different components of my business. I just hired someone from Upwork to transcribe and create some things from video content that I've done. It was very inexpensive, and it was something that would have taken me hours and hours and hours. There is a lot of different ways that you could hire someone to help supplement while you're learning. Or maybe you've learned, you understand, and you still don't want to do it. That's okay too, but it still needs to be done in your business. And also, in your evaluating those solutions, I talked about it with your experts, but are there workshops you can take? Are there classes? Is there masterminds? Are there things where you can become a student of the whatever is the challenge in your head trash so that you can overcome those obstacles? Bottom line, main thing to take away from this video, we all have head trash. We all have those limiting beliefs that derail us from success, that take us off course from our goals, and we have to adjust our sails. So it's up to you to take action, to kick the head trash to the curb and make things happen in my business, in your business. So if you're watching on YouTube and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please click that little subscribe button. And I would love to see your comments on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube. And thank you so much. It was great. I will talk to you again next week.